So we're finally getting some closure on this huge dropshipping scam that went completely mainstream. I just want to say before we continue with this video, closing it off, this has been insane, and it's been not only entertaining, but it sheds a lot of light on the darkest side of dropshipping, which a lot of people tend to not talk about, of course. So I do believe that even though this has been very entertaining, and it sucks for the people that are going through it, and it sucks also for the people that have gotten scammed by this, who genuinely thought they were getting square footage of land in Scotland, I think this will get rid of bad actors, kind of similar to what's going on in crypto. So let's watch Scott's video on how established title scam is basically almost over.
It looks like the established title scam is nearly over. Since my second video on the company 4 days ago, not one creator who initially defended them has made a rebuttal of my claims in that video, because I showed truly damning evidence of cover-ups and deceptive marketing. What I showed was so bad that Established Titles is now apparently being investigated for it. The company, unwilling to take the heat, decided to cut marketing, and they are apparently pulling all sponsorships from YouTube, according to Sam Cedar.
But they have stopped. They've pulled their advertising entire campaign, I guess, across YouTube, or they certainly have from us. So we're not going to be advertising for them anymore. But you should know that it's really more their choice than mine. I still, you know,
you're still a lord.
You're still a lord as far as I'm concerned. I'm a lord and a lady, and I made it clear to people that I was both.
In my last video where I showed that Established Titles was running ads on their Facebook page that told people they legally become lords and ladies, a word they should not be using, they decided to end their Facebook marketing, as well as deleted all their Facebook ads to cover their tracks. Now,
that's a given. I mean, of course they were going to do that. It would make no sense to continue to run that sort of advertising knowing that it's, you know, a scam. By the way, there is another video that's going even further in depth into the scam that's got like over 1 million views in a day. So we'll definitely be watching this one once I get back from my travels, but I'm still traveling, as you see, so I don't want to just sit here for like an hour reacting to this video. This one's a little bit shorter, and it's going to be a good close off to the dropshipping scam saga.
I want to make it very clear just how big a deal this is. When creators on YouTube do ad sponsors, they have to submit what they say in the ad to the company before it goes live so the company can approve the ad.
Now, when creators make integrations, like 1 minute pre-roll or a mid-roll ad, they have to make it, send it to the actual company so that they can vet it and approve it. The reason why any company does that is, like, for instance, if I just tell you, hey guys, G Fuel, by the way, did you guys know that G Fuel is going to get you laid? Obviously, that is a false, misleading statement to make. G Fuel would never approve me saying that, all right? No way is Sonic Peach Rings going to get you laid. Using code SOG is not going to get you laid. If anything, this is going to keep you awake at night like it does for me, okay? That's pretty much how it works. So yeah, that's pretty much why you have to send in these integrations, so that they can be vetted beforehand. So really, any statement a YouTuber makes, I would say almost 100% of the time has been vetted by the company involved. Okay, so they looked at the integration, they said, yep, we're cool with that, put it in the video, call it a day. It's why we have to wait for like a couple of these videos to be like available. Like we have to wait for the sponsor to say yes before the video can even go live to begin with.
Since my last video, several large YouTubers reached out to me telling me they initially had said the term legally become a lord and lady in their ad read, and Established Titles told them to redo the ad and not say that word. The company's briefs that they sent out to creators even made sure to point out not to use the term legally in their videos. Now, despite all of this, the company was using that terminology on their Facebook ads until I caught them 4 days ago. Since then, just like the first time I caught them, they have made a mad dash to cover their tracks and erase their deceptive marketing from the face of the internet.
Wow. Oh my goodness, I own a piece of Scotland, guys.
These are such good ads.
When you buy land in Scotland, you are legally referred to as a lord or a lady. So this, I bought a square foot of land where they're going to plant a tree.
You now own 1 square foot of land in Scotland.
You know, if it would have worked out legally, that would be kind of a brilliant idea. And that's definitely how they got so far.
All I got to say is, Lord have mercy.
Unfortunately for established titles, their attempt to cover their tracks was not fast enough, and from what I've seen, they are now being investigated by the Advertising Standard Authority of the United Kingdom for compliance issues with their ad reads. Unfortunately for the company, this is just the tip of the iceberg, as several news agencies have picked up the story, including NBC News, who interviewed me, as well as established titles defender Paige Christie. Sadly for Paige, it didn't go as planned for her, as her video defending established titles is filled with nothing but comments dunking on the company, and her argument that she made in the article was based purely on opinion and not facts. She stated in the interview, "Nobody, as far as I'm concerned, was ever given the impression that they were going to become a real lord or lady," she said. "Nobody, as far as I'm concerned, was ever given the impression that they own land in Scotland. It's so abundantly clear that stuff like that takes time. It's not a simple £50 transaction."
You would think people would naturally be suspicious about something like that, but unfortunately, people do believe what you tell them on the internet, so you got to be careful with it.
Now, unfortunately for Paige, with a very simple search online, you can see that hundreds, if not thousands of people clearly did think they had legitimately become lords and ladies and owned real land in Scotland. So her opinion piece clearly does not have any facts to back it up. Now, on top of that, people have been digging deeper into her video defending established titles and have discovered something extremely fishy. In her video, she shows an invoice from One Tree Planted to established titles. However, cyber sleuths soon realized that the address for One Tree Planted is misspelled on the official document. Now, is it possible that a legitimate multi-million-dollar charity got their own address wrong? I suppose so, but from the dozens of invoices I've received from companies over the years on official letterhead, I have never personally seen that mistake. Since that video, I have contacted One Tree Hill to see if they do indeed not know how to spell their own address.
And besides that, it says the company's from the US, yet in the first video that we ever watched, which, by the way, you can find on my channel about this dropshipping scam saga, on their website, they stated they were reforesting Scotland's evergreen woods or whatever, not just some random US tree planting company.
And so far, I have not heard anything back. If that changes, I will update that in the description. Now, despite all this evidence, despite multiple times that I've exposed this company, believe it or not, they are still making claims they should not be making. On Instagram right now, straight from the company, it says, "You can purchase a square foot of land in Scotland, which makes you an official lord. After doing this, you can actually change your surname title on your passport and travel information to state your new title as well." Now, Established Titles explicitly says on its creator brief telling YouTubers not to say they can legally change their name on their passports.
To be fair, that looked like a post from like over a year ago. Like if we look at it.
Doing this, you can actually say square.
So like at 83 weeks ago, that's over a year ago, but still, that's super illegal.
Official lord. After doing this, you can actually change your surname title on your passport and travel information to state your new title as well. Now, Established Titles explicitly says on its creator brief telling YouTubers not to say they can legally change their name on their passports, yet they say the opposite on their official Instagram page. It is absolutely amazing to me that this company continues to throw shade at me and call my videos unwarranted attacks when they clearly are very deceptive in their marketing across all social media platforms. Now, the final thing I want to say is that from people who have emailed me, it seems the company is now offering refunds to anyone who purchased from them at any time. In the past, the refund policy seemed to be only 90 days, but I've now heard that an individual that bought over a year ago received a full refund, so I do appreciate that at least some amends are trying to be made by the company, but ultimately I don't know if it was done out of the goodness of their heart or to avoid a class action lawsuit after people finally realized the plots of land they bought they didn't really own. Now, in my opinion, after stopping all ads on YouTube, from what I've heard, and now stopping ads on Facebook, I see it very difficult for this company to continue to be able to make money. Marketing is the backbone for most products, and without it, how does Established Titles believe it can draw new customers in? But with that being said, I would love to hear your opinion. Will Established Titles stick around through all of this, or are they in their final days?
Wow, again, great video by Scott. This guy is popping off, making great videos lately. And again, I'll link it all in the description. I'll give you my opinion since he just asked, but I do not think that they're going to continue to run this. I think this is going to come and go like the wind. It's going to be gone in probably the next month or so. The company, however, Fail Ventures, which is the parent company that we saw at the beginning, is probably going to keep running. And they're probably going to keep doing little things like this, but trying to make it even more legal. I think they probably thought this was fine, to be honest with you. I think it's just more willful ignorance than anything else. And then, you know, they just took it too far. They scaled it too big and got caught red-handed. So yeah, I want to know what you guys think, of course. Let me know what you think of the end of this saga. Maybe this isn't the true end. So I guess, you know, keep an eye out for more content regarding this stuff. This is very interesting. Some e-com drama, I guess you could say, that reached the mainstream somehow. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll be back soon in the normal studio, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.